I've been asked to do a little piece for the service today, and my contribution is really more of a personal reflection about what I think God's been saying to me over these past few weeks. Even before the lockdown, I was going through uncertain times in my own personal life, and so the first verse I'm going to talk to you about has been my go-to verse for the past several weeks. I do think, however, that it has some particular resonance for these times we find ourselves in. The verse is from Isaiah, and it's Isaiah chapter 42, verse 16. It says, "I will lead the blind by ways they have not known. Along unfamiliar paths I will guide them. I will turn the darkness into light before them and make the rough places smooth. These are the things I will do. I will not forsake them." The verse is in the middle of an inspiring chapter from Isaiah, and I'd encourage you, if you have time, to read the whole chapter for context. Verse 16, though, speaks to me of the fact that the Lord is with us in whatever situation we find ourselves. So when we can't see anything at all, for instance, he leads us by the hand, by ways we have not known. Where we can discern a path but it's unfamiliar, he guides us. Where we find ourselves in a dark place, he turns darkness into light. Where we can see a way ahead, but it appears to be impassable, he smooths the way before us. And then there is the emphatic end to that verse. These are the things I will do, and I will not forsake them. When we feel we're stumbling around in the dark, not knowing quite where the Lord is leading us, or not able to see how he could possibly bring about the thing we thought he promised, this verse tells us that we can be assured that God has promised those who trust in him that he will see us through, and he never reneges on his promises. The other verse that's been on my mind over these last few weeks is in Hebrews chapter 12, and it's verses 26 and 27. Those verses say, "When he, God, spoke from Mount Sinai, his voice shook the earth. But next time he says, I will not only shake the earth, but the heavens too." By this he means that he will sift out everything without solid foundation, so that only unshakable things will be left. It's a scary thing for believers when God sifts out the stuff in our lives without solid foundation. I've no doubt many of you have experienced that in your walk with God up to now. I'm sure I have. But at this time particularly, many of our friends, neighbours and colleagues who don't know the Lord are finding their previously comfortable, certain worlds turned upside down, but they have no knowledge of the Lord God, who is the only unshakable thing in this shifting world. In the light of that, I feel a sense of urgency among the people of God and in my own heart to intercede for those who we love and who don't know God, or who have felt that up to now they really have no need of him. As life has slowed down a little for me, as it maybe has for many of you, I feel challenged to spend more time learning to be attuned to what God is trying to say to me, so that at the right time I have the right words to say to the right friends, family and colleagues who are searching for answers at this time as they never have before and not knowing where to look. Thank you.